it's morning. And that means it's time for Rotten Mornings. The best way to start your morning off rotten.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to...
Good morning.
Oh, God. Welcome to the Squeak Show.
Good morning.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. This is Rotten Mornings. You guys already know that because that's the podcast you clicked on by mistake.
That's right. Welcome to another mistake.
Yeah. Hey, at least we haven't had any of those this season.
Whatever. I just tried to go live and did horribly at it.
I tried to watch that live, and apparently there's technical issues with the video and it won't play.
Clearly.
Meow. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Good.
You?
I'm doing good. I am admittedly a little tired.
I feel you.
Yeah. So at least there's that, right? Hey,
Right.
guys. If it wasn't for tired, I would have nothing.
Right.
All right. Enough of that jibber jabber and
Jibbly, flammery.
What did we watch yesterday, Matt?
Well, yesterday our episode of Rotten Mornings was about gremlins.
Oh, gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How was it?
It was there.
It was a podcast.
It was a podcast.
Guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but we are trying to meet the minimum requirements of a thing.
And we haven't done it.
That's fair. So we're going to give ourselves 10 out of 10 for that episode.
I would say a C-.
Okay. On a scale of 0 to C-. Which is pretty much what my report card looks like. I've got a good range of 0 to C-. We had some episodes of some stuff today.
We did. We had our new review for Hellbilly Hollow.
Okay, and with our mouth full is what we had.
That's a popsicle.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did our review for Hellbilly Hollow, and I don't know if you noticed, but I totally missed a part where a car drives past and I'm recording audio, and I did not cut it out. So it's just like a part where the audio just suddenly cuts out, and then I'm like, but
I noticed.
hilarity.
Yeah, because I totally watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed it when I watched it. Good. What else did we have today?
Yesterday, we had my episode of Rotten Strips, the part 2 to the apparently 3-parter.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched it. I watched it with my eyes, and good stuff once again. Leading us somewhere. I think a lot of people are wanting to know where it's going to go.
I can't wait to figure that out.
Yeah. Then you had a watch party. I don't know who all joined in on that. Looked like we had a bunch of people on that watch party at one point.
We actually did.
So that's cool. More people on the watch party than have listened to the podcast. That's okay. It's okay.
I've wondered about the numbers of the podcast.
Not good. The not bad. I think the last I looked, we had 75 listens.
Oh, really?
Total.
Damn, that's good. Wait, you mean total is like overall added up?
Yes.
How many episodes do we have?
We have 7.
7 divided by how many did you say?
75.
Ooh, so about 10 apiece.
And as a reminder to our audience of me, you, and Brandy, That's us watching.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you subtract that to 10, maybe 12 people, then you subtract 3 from that. We have 7 fans.
I don't know. I have you heard anyone comment on the podcast?
Do they talk now? Like, if we listen really closely, do we hear them? Hold on.
Hang on. Don't say anything.
Stop talking.
I know we're listening right now.
I really hate this podcast. Oh, did you hear that?
Nope.
No.
Do you not have your negativity filter on?
No.
Matt?
Oh, I hate you.
This is what happens when I turn my negativity filter on.
So, yeah, I don't know if anybody's really listening to these, but me and you and Brandy get a kick out of them. It's like Brandy gets to wake up with both of us every morning.
God almighty, that's a horrible image.
But she supports.
She does. Hey, Brandy, I'd just like to dedicate this episode to you.
That's right, because this is going to be a horrible episode.
I think it's going well. Both of us showed up for it.
Hey, that's a 10 out of 10 for us.
It is. This is while it's officially the 8th episode, this is actually the 11th episode that we've recorded.
Wow.
Yeah, because we had a part 0, we had a part 0.5, we had a teaser. And if you add all that up and know how to math,
you get disappointment.
You do. I hope that's what you guys woke up. If you're just waking up and you've turned this on, first of all, we're hoping you were having a good morning prior to this.
Yes.
And after this, we also hope that your morning is pretty good.
But it can only get better.
While you're here with us, we want you to have the most rotten morning.
That's right, rotten mornings. We set the bar low so you can go forward and succeed at a better rate. Like if you listen to us first, it's the worst thing you'll hear all day. You can't get any worse than that.
Yeah, you go ahead and get all the bad out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's why when if I date someone, I like to jump right into sex. Just get the bad out first.
And by sex, he means sharing tacos.
And I do not at all mean sharing my tacos. I will have my portion, and we will share your portion. Not a big deal. What do we have coming up today? Because I know it is a big day, and everyone's like, oh, my God, I can't believe they're even going to have a Thursday.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got this that you're listening to now today.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't checked that out or are checking out this episode, please press play.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard this, then maybe we say it really loud, it'll break through them.
Hey, listen to us. Hey, we're a podcast.
We're in your Spotify app. Listen.
We're a podcast.
So later on today, we after the podcast, we will have our 3rd episode of We Are Not Alone, and that'll be a fun episode.
I love these We Are Not Alone episodes, and I love the audience participation when we play them because it reminds us that yes, the fuck we are.
Yep, we are all alone.
Oh no, this one should be a doozy of a We Are Not Alone episode.
Yeah, it should be. It's really out of the wheelhouse of the other ones.
Okay, what else we got?
After that, we will have a episode of Rotten Strips, episode 8, yours, sir.
Oh, I get to do another one after the last one I did?
Right?
Oh man, I loved in the watch party the fun party atmosphere and everyone saying yay, and then my episode comes on and people are like, I've gotten to do anything else. Oh,
Funny
oh
because
man.
it was supposed to be the two reviews back to back, but somehow it injected yours into the middle. So like all these people came on to see the Haunted Chicken House and the Hellbilly review, and like yours played in the middle, and everybody's like, what the fuck? That was awesome.
And we were like that as well.
At one point, I was like, "Oh no, it's gonna play that," and then it was like, "Well, fuck, it's already started. Oh well, fuck it."
I think people were like, "Oh man, yes, a Rotten Strips episode. Look at this intro. That is sweet. There's a tortilla on my screen.
Yep.
Okay, cool. It's gonna
That's
do
what
something
they
really
started
cool."
dropping at the tortilla song.
You know what? We were talking about this yesterday, but like going back and forth on that thing, I've watched that episode countless times because there is humor in it that only a select people will get.
Yes,
But it's there.
it's there. You just got to squeeze it a little bit.
Yes. Okay. So
And then after Rotten Strips, we'll hopefully have our first episode of A Grim Story Time.
okay. Now there was another series I thought was starting pretty soon.
I've heard something about it, but I wouldn't want to give anything away or talk about it like a dick. But you know, one of these days, hey.
Hey, hey guys, it's okay. It's okay, little buddy.
I literally think I'm gonna change like dolls versus teddy bears, or it's gonna be a 1 minute episode like every 3 days. I suck.
It's okay. It's all right. Expectations are low.
I hope so, man. You guys do not like if you follow all of our shit and listen to us here and watch the reviews and watch the Rotten Strips and watch the injected shows in the middle. Like we are literally doing this day by fucking day.
Oh, it's crazy. Matt is going out, is doing lots of work with the haunts. I normally, at this point in the year, I've already done like a lot of the out of state haunts, which is one of the things I like to do. But this year I'm stuck on projects. I've been working like 14 plus hours a day every single day this month, so I'm super busy. Matt's got the haunt stuff, and he's putting together all the episodes that are aside from Rotten Strips and the podcast. So we are creating content daily for no one.
For no one but ourselves.
Yeah, and we always have.
We always have, but look, we have. I would say we have a good fan base, but we're slowly even growing more fans every day. Like, and
We're getting
I
new
know
likes, and yeah,
we joke about people not like paying attention to our stuff, but you know what? People watch us, man, and I think that's awesome, dude. I really, really appreciate all the interest that we, even if it's just 10 people, I don't care. I'll take it.
Well, to that note, and you kind of touched on this yesterday, but I would like to readdress it today because we're out of content, so we're rehashing stuff. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, definitely.
You were talking about like our variety of stuff. That's like Rotten Strips is a variety thing anyway, and
Yeah.
The haunts are a specific thing. So maybe you came for the variety stuff. Maybe you came for the haunt stuff, or maybe maybe you're just here for the podcast. Hey, if you're here for the podcast only, you know what? Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're here for the haunts only, thank you. Whatever you're here for,
Whatever you're here for.
Hopefully there's something else that catches your attention. But if it doesn't, you know what? We're all different. It's all cool.
We're all, and you know what? Tell your friends, because if one thing we can succeed in your life for you is to make your friends think you're an idiot when it comes to entertainment value.
Yeah, we are the. If you do that, listen to us, watch our videos, then your taste is this not good. So set that standard. Is that have we covered everything? Have you
That's
already
it.
coughed yourself to death there? Okay.
Yeah.
Great, guys. Well, after the break, we're going to have some of our supernatural jazz. So join us for that. And if you don't want to join us for that, I don't know why you tuned in for this part.
Yeah, or at all.
Yeah. Either way. If not, though, have a rotten morning.
Have a rotten morning, guys. Stay rotten.
From the gnashing of teeth to the lifeless eyes and the mournful wails, one creature strikes fear into the hearts of us all, lulling us in with a false sense of safety because we're easily able to dispatch a single attacker. The zombie attacks in hordes. Today's topic: the undead, the zombie.
And that's the topic today, Matt. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I thought you listened to my cool little story there. Did you not?
No, I never listen to those.
You know what?
Boring.
I could hardly blame you. Can you hear me okay? I'm driving to record this right now.
I can hear you just fine.
Good deal. Good deal. Here's some car sounds. Honk honk radio.
Please tell me the topic is easy and short.
Oh wow! Every date I've ever had. The topic is, of course, zombies.
Oh God, this is going to be a long thing.
Every expectation of every date I've ever had. So, what? I guess kind of jumping into to zombies. What's your iconic zombies?
You mean the staple zombies that I think of when I think of zombies just across the board?
Yep.
I would say tar zombie.
Okay. A weird one to start with, but okay.
Return of the Living Dead. I would say Bub from Day of the Dead. I'd say
Sure.
Bub from Day of the Dead.
Zombie. Okay.
Yes,
you did,
I would say the yeah. I'd say
Bub from Day of the
the
Dead.
big zombie from The Dead Hate the Living. I always think of him. Not the new Dead Hate the Living, the old one.
Interesting choice.
The zombie that was eaten by the shark in Zombie, I guess, part 3. I don't know.
I thought that was that Zombie Apocalypse, or was that
Correct?
Zombie 2? You're talking about Fulci's piece, right? Yeah. I think that actually was. Guys, if you're fact checking this, but I do think that was released as Zombie and then had another release as Zombie 2 because they figured some other movie was also called Zombie for some reason. Okay. There's a crawling like half woman in like the first season of Walking Dead.
The crawling kid zombie
was kind of iconic to me. Was it a kid?
No, it was like a kid. Her
woman,
bike was like laying behind her. I think it still had training wheels on it too.
Okay.
So. Oh yeah,
Nick Frost.
That's a good
at
one.
The end of Shaun of the Dead. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, those are my kind of my. And of course the
Oh, and the young lady from Return of the Living Dead 3.
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, the young lady from Night of the Living Dead too. I don't know why she's so iconic. I don't know if it's because she's a female or what, but like in so much like T-shirts and media, it always shows her instead of the very first guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. But what
it was more iconic, you know?
Am I wrong about the fact that she's never a zombie and neither is the punk guy? They just get killed, right? I'd like to fact check that one because I'm pretty sure she just got ripped apart like naked in the cemetery. No, in Return.
In the original Night of the Living Dead? Oh, no.
Got you.
We're talking about two different chicks. Yeah. Oh, another zombie that's like iconic to me is Return of the Living Dead with the
yeah.
damn screwdriver out of my head. Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking about that earlier today. It's just so iconic. So we've got different types, and of course, zombies come from different means, right? We were going to have an episode about mummies that we couldn't have. We can't discuss those. But we postulated that.
Well, I've been taken to task on the idea that mummies are zombies by an archaeologist who said I was very wrong.
Okay. Interesting. So, I guess our main, and if you read through like Max Brooks' World War Z, he kind of went into a really good like synopsis of the different types of zombies. You have like the medicinally induced zombies or created zombies, and then you have like your voodoo zombies, which were one of the first kind of zombies, and then you have your back from the dead, for no reason kind of zombies. And that's probably is most of them a magic, a medicine,
definitely
and an unknown.
I would say that there's magic as in sort of convincing someone that they are dead, the original voodoo. There's medicinal. Yeah, sure. And then there's medicinal, which is giving someone a medical-induced zombieism. And then the supernatural one can be multiple things. It normally manifests as a virus of some sort, but there is a fine line between what is some viruses and what is a zombie virus.
That's fair. While you were saying that, you brought up an interesting point about convincing someone that they're dead, right? And very iconic to me, zombie
Serpent in the Rainbow, definitely showing you the actual like idea of what voodoo zombieism was.
Yeah. And that film, for those of you who haven't seen it, you just want your mind blown, go watch that film because it is harrowing. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Cemetery Man is the bomb.
Mm-hmm. It's and it holds
Would
up.
would you
It's so
say that the
lovely.
iconic
It's
zombie
just
in
so
that
well
one is the
shot.
girl's head in the TV? Yeah, because like his girlfriend
Oh yeah,
is
for sure.
sort of a zombie too,
Um,
but like it's not nearly as iconic as the just floating head zombie.
yeah, and she's also, I don't know if this is, I don't know if this film is about somebody just kind of going crazy because the repeated like
Yeah,
iterations of her in the different capacities and the things that he's going through, and then his like battling
yeah,
death for people's lives. It's just, oh man, there's so much to that film. And a lot of these films have so much more depth to them than just the
yeah. Because a
staggering
good zombie
corpses that
movie
we
knows
see
that zombies
portrayed.
are like roadblocks. They're not going to kill you unless you run into them at like a really high speed, but they will definitely keep you from going in certain directions. The biggest problem are the humans that don't know whether or not you're a
Sure.
zombie or don't give a shit about whether or not you're a zombie and just want anything that you have.
Yeah. I have long said that the guy in Night of the Living Dead who was like hiding the bite and like throwing people out and stuff
Definitely.
like that, like that's the villain of the movie. The zombies couldn't help that they
Yeah,
were
like
zombies.
you can't be mad at a snake for being a snake. It's going to bite. It's a snake.
Right. And so it's up to you to decide, hey, I know what this is, I know what it's going to do.
Yeah,
uh,
and
does that change
you
who
can
I am as a character?
totally see that like
Do I
portrayed in the film
come
when
to
they
help or
first
not?
run out and try to get the car next to the gas tank, and they just kind of like football shoulder the people out of the way, and
Uh-huh.
they're like, "All right, cool, I'll go over here then."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that's those are some of my favorite kind of zombies too, are the
Yeah,
the
it's the
slow,
overwhelming
brainless
force that makes
zombies.
them intolerable.
Right, and the continual presence of them. You can't
Yeah,
go
and the
anywhere
fact that
where there's not
if the
those.
dead stay alive by feeding on the living, then the only way that the dead will die is when the living aren't here anymore.
That's a good point. What do you think the idea of the brain being the zombie
Well,
food? Where do you think that came
I
from?
think
Why do you
it's
think that
trotted back
is?
to the idea of electrons in the brain and the function of the brain, to the idea that a zombie, like the body is in the end controlled by the brain. The brain tells the heart to beat, the lungs to do everything they do, right? Well, every dead body is
Mm-hmm.
constantly deteriorating. Excuse me. Maybe the zombies believe or can ingest the electrons that are brain, energy. I don't know. Maybe it's like they're going for the stem cells and they're just all contained in the brain when we get older. Yes, they're
So they're
consuming the
stem
brain in
cell
order to give
researchers.
them back their brain power, because we know that zombies are taken out by destroying the brain because nothing can function without it. Unless you go for, like, say, Return of the Living Dead,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of said every individual part is manifested like individually.
It's interesting. That's interesting point because I wanted to talk about we try to talk about the cryptids and the supernatural. We talk about their weaknesses, right? Every story, every villain, every superhero, they all have to have a weakness, and so this would be a weakness of the zombies. Would be hit them in the head, whatever you got to do. And this is all that zombies have is like decapitate them or break their brain, right?
Yeah, like Return of the Living Dead came along and was like, "Hey, I like your zombie character, but we could make him a lot more OP if we just made them be able to speak, make them be able to move a little bit faster, and make them to each piece of them be able to individually reanimate and still have conscious awareness of the whole."
Right. So when you've got the body parts that are able to move independently of the head, so you're just at that point you're not reanimating people, you're reanimating the corpse. The corpse,
right.
All the corpse parts are reanimated, right? So if we've got this collection of animated parts, and you can look at this in a different way. That's the World War Z zombie, ant zombie thing. Because they were all just kind of parts of a whole, right?
It's just, you got to consider where they think consciousness exists, if it exists in every cell of the body or just in the brain. And that's kind of like the two differences between the zombie MO. And we're probably shouldn't get too deep into it, but I'm just going to go ahead and put this out on the table. We are definitely in the class of rage-infected human beings are not zombies. Yeah.
Yeah, that 28 days later zombie?
I don't consider that a zombie because they're not dead. They're not, it has nothing, there's nothing similar to zombies with them. I think that they just got called zombies.
Yeah.
I believe in the movie they're called zombies at some point. I could be wrong.
What was the great zombie film that was in the Alaska,
Red Snow or something like that?
No, it was in a similar vein to 30 Days of Night. Gosh, I just can't remember what it was. But it was great because you had the weather element as well, I agree that the rage they're more like meth heads. They're super sped up. They're not mindless. They're just incapable of
they're all based on complete knee-jerk necessity. And they don't even think about like, oh, there's something between me and what I want. They're just going to try to get at it as quickly as possible. Correct.
Even to the detriment of themselves. So that's cool. I've always been kind of fascinated with the voodoo zombie because those are the only zombies that I can really say
almost
are
probably the only zombies we can say have actually existed in the world.
Yeah. We can definitely say that. And would meet
I mean, like you take the idea of someone being convinced that they're dead like they used to do with the voodoo stuff. There are at least 2 or 3 cases of people, being found after they were dead, walking around thinking they had no free will just because someone broke their will.
So I guess similar to that, zombie would be the zombies that necromancers would raise, right? And so a necromancer would raise a zombie that wouldn't be purposeless or just brains driven. It would be there to perform a task. So I've got task oriented zombies. And now we're just kind of like...
You could say either necromancer or lich, same thing. I mean, they're pretty fucking close
Are
to
they
the
the same
exact same
thing?
thing. Only difference is a lich is kind of like a dead wizard
What
that
is
has
the
used necromancy to keep himself reanimated.
okay? So, am I thinking, and you may know this? It's just I'm spacing as I'm exhausted this morning. Um, is it ghouls that come when you raise a necromancer
Maybe
that are
that
just a
that you got me
byproduct
on
of
that one.
that? I think that happens. I think if a necromancer is raised from the dead, like there's spillover magic, and it
Ooh, grave
creates
ghouls. That sounds
grave
like something
ghouls.
that Arm and Hammer would take care of.
Yeah, it is,
I got the
and there is
grave ghouls.
a
He
powder
teaches something horrible, Ma.
solution that you can sprinkle.
Well, we could go on talking about zombies until we
Boy,
die, so I think we might want to cut it short now.
yeah, I think you're right. Um, guys, join us tomorrow for a lengthy discussion on another subject we know
Very
very little
little.
about. We will provide
None at
no
all. We'll
information
do
to
no
you,
research.
but right, but we'll have a blast
Yep.
doing
Stay
it. Have a
rotten,
rotten
guys.
morning.